I got the cool chicks in every town. I said, this
Well,
cat, let's get earthbound.
Welcome back. It's Wednesday morning. What the hell month is it? July 21st, 2021. In the year of our Lord. You're welcome back to the Gratu Orloff Show. It's episode 429. Once again, it's Wednesday, July 21st, 2021. And did I mention that it's July 21st, 2021 AD? Anno Domino. Yes, we're coming to you once again live by satellite from the Ozarks, and we're up here in the Gratu Orloff International Building of Trade, as always, usually. Sometimes we do remote broadcasts, but today we're broadcasting to you from satellite from the Ozarks, and we're in Gratuville, Tennessee. And it's a momentous morning. Let's see, we've got 0 people watching. Excellent. You can watch it on the replay. I'm in a lot of pain, because I'm spending too much time looking down at the cell phone, looking at prices, 3 days a week on these comics. And then, so I'm getting this aching pain. And then I think I'm also getting carpal tunnel syndrome from manipulating the phone and also this laptop computer in front of me. So I've got this pain in my neck, in my lower back, but primarily it's all in my right arm down underneath here. I get this agonizing cramp. I'll be trying to get up out of bed in the middle of the night, and I'll just wake up my wife like it's a haunted house or something. I'm gonna need to go to a chiropractor here when I get paid. I think for the first time in my life. I think that maybe that'll fix it. But pain that comes and goes. And the thing for pain, guys, is our new sponsor, Kickapoo Joy Juice. Get that kick. You've heard of Kickapoo Joy Juice, right? If you haven't, we got 2 viewers now. Let's do some research on Kickapoo Joy Juice. I actually have tried it. I tried it the other night. I got 2 bottles of it. My wife didn't want to drink it though, so I'm looking up Kickapoo Joy Juice. Let me share my screen with you. Share screen. Got a nice call from a couple of nice calls from friends last night. I talked to Graphic Man, and I talked to my old friend Randy, that I've known since the mid-1980s, and he's like a brother to me. He's taught me a lot about music and all kinds of stuff. He's the guy that gave me his Avengers collection. I was so honored, and that's one of the greatest gifts I've ever gotten. Okay, Kickapoo Joy Juice, the original citrus soft drink. I want to look at the colorful history of it, because obviously it comes from an Al Cap comic strip, Little Abner. A liquor of such stupefying potency that the hardiest citizens of Dogpatch, after the first burning sip, rose into the air stiff as a frozen codfish. The name Kickapoo Joy Juice was originally coined as a volatile brew in Little Abner, an American comic strip. Brewed by Hairless Joe and Lonesome Polecat, 2 of the comic strip's backwood poachers, the ingredients of the brew are described as both mysterious and all-encompassing. The original recipe launched in the U.S. in 1965 and in Southeast Asia in 1966. Kickapoo has been delighting consumers ever since, made with real sugar. Apparently, they don't have the rights to use any of Al Cap's artwork on this official website. So let's get some images. So and look, the Rivingtons did a song about it. Oh, they used to have much cooler bottles when they had the rights to Al Cap's art. Oh, look at that. Damn, I'm a big fan of Al Cap. But what the drink is, honestly, it's kind of like Mountain Dew, as you would imagine. So I think we need to look up this song. Living. All right.
If the idea of listing and selling your house fills every fiber of
Yeah,
your being
yeah,
with
shut
joy?
up, you
Then just sell
fucking
it to Zillow.
bitch. Excuse my language. Okay, this is Kickapoo Joy Juice by the Rivingtons. All right. So I get this at a place near me called what is it called? Rocket Piss, Rocket Fizz, some Rocket Piss. It's apparently a chain that sells. Well, they understand pop culture because the store is filled with comic book post signs, and they actually have some old comics for sale, and they have tons of obscure soft drinks and candy. So they understand the connection between comic books, candy, and soft drinks at this place, Rocket Piss. What is it called? Rocket Fizz? I think it's Rocket Fizz. Anyway, so we're going to try Kickapoo Joy Juice, our new sponsor.
You're gonna steal my recipe. You better learn to fly if you want to catch me.
Kickapoo Joy Juice. So let's try it again. Yeah, very good. All right, so you came here to see comic books. Oh, I better return this in the mail today. It's a little bit late. I just found this. It's my wife's from probably 12 years ago. Yes. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Oh my. Is this a collector's item yet? Oh, look at this record. Hey guys, if you're around this evening about 6 o'clock p.m., there's going to be an amazing live stream, Graphic Man, on his channel. He's going to be interviewing Dr. Silver Age, and they're going to be discussing the Archie Comics superhero The Fly, and also the Incredible Hulk from Marvel Comics Group. Have you heard of the Incredible Hulk? Yeah, we'll be talking about him this evening at 6 o'clock p.m. Central. I'll be there in the chat room. So that's something to look forward to. Oh, we got 2 comments. Let's see what they're saying over here. Paulo says hi. And Basil in Fresno says, what up, Gratu? Yesterday I was in the shower and I had a vision that I should change my name from Gratu to 7-Eleven, that I should become 7-Eleven Orloff. And I told my wife that last night, and she said that that's a bad idea. It'll be an awesome interview, says Paulo. Yes, it will. I don't know why I thought that. You know, Orloff is my name. I mean, it is my great-grandmother's name. It's not I'm not named after the old movies, the awful Dr. Orloff or anything. Although I love the name Orloff. I thought, why can't that be my last name? Because it sounds so cool, so Russian, you know, like Karloff, Orloff. I love that name. So I wanted that to be my real name. But Gratu, I always thought, well, you know, it's a cool name. It's obscure and everything, from an old 50s Stan Lee, you know, Jack Kirby comic. And then I thought, well, but that name's owned by Marvel. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and another one of the 50s monsters that's now in Guardians of the Galaxy was in it. Groot, who was real close to Groot and Gratu, real close relatives. And so Groot was a tree, and Gratu is a giant ant. But anyway, it's owned by Marvel, and at any point they could use Gratu in a movie, and then I just look like an asshole. And if I want to, you know, have a name that I can use if I wanted to write a book or do some kind of stupid project, maybe I should. But then 7-Eleven's kind of owned by somebody too. So what the fuck? I don't know. Maybe I should just use my real name and Kenneth Orloff or Ken Orloff. Kenneth Orloff sounds like I'm a televangelist. Speaking of trees and speaking of televangelists, last night, my wife, who is my wife was playing YouTube stuff on the television while we slept. It makes her go to sleep. And like I woke up about 4 a.m. and I just listened for quite a while to this guy who isn't a preacher. He's a guy that lives in a trailer in Oklahoma. He kind of moves around from place to place. His name is David Vose. Anyway, he's kind of an interesting guy. Every day at the beginning of his episode, hi, it's David Vose. And well, it's a beautiful day here in Oklahoma. My cats are dancing and it's a little bit warm and it's really nice here. I'm going to tell you about the apocalypse. It's just always tell you the weather in Oklahoma and how nice and beautiful it is. And then I'll talk to you about how the world is doomed and everything. But I'm going to play you a little bit of David Vose. But he's got an interesting theology. I think he used to be what is his name again? Vose? Yeah. He used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and I think he left that, and his family won't even talk to him now because of that. Anyway, I'll show you this guy. Let's share. Let's see, what are people saying here? Basil's laughing, 7-Eleven Orloff, and Baron Kenneth of Orloff. Baron Kenneth. But the thing is, if you've got a last name with 2 syllables, should you have a first name with 1 syllable? Does it just flow better to be Ken Orloff than Kenneth Orloff? I don't know. You got to think about these things. Okay, have I shared yet? No. Share screen. Share screen. Yeah, my old friend Randy that I talked to on the phone last night has been a mentor to me for years. He's about 7 years older than me. He was class of 76, high school, and I was class of 83. So he was 7 when I was born in 1965. So he was aware, and when, the height of all cool popular culture, 65, 66 was imagine being 8 years old in 1966 with that great music and the comics and everything, television, everything is just wonderful, except for the war in Vietnam. But they don't draft 8-year-olds. But, just a great time. I was 2, so I wasn't really aware of much. I was kind of aware of Batman. But anyway, here's David Vose. Show you how at the beginning of every episode, he always tells you the weather. So let's see what the weather was like on this day.
Before you scroll away, you need to
Okay, go away.
are moving fast.
Oh my God.
Well, hello, friends. It's David Vose. I hope you're having a wonderful day where you are. It's a beautiful day here in Oklahoma. And we have a huge show for you today.
Okay. Let's see what the weather was like on this day.
Something very, very odd to me.
I'm into it. I need to go back to the beginning. Okay, play, you mother fricker.
Well, hello, friends. David Vose here again, and another beautiful day in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Another summer hot day, and hope you're having a wonderful day where you're at.
Okay, let's go back a little ways and see what the weather was like. How about reptilians are real?
Hello, friends. It's David Vose again, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in Oklahoma. Well, it's now getting a little late. I've had to do a few things today, so I couldn't get to making a video earlier. But
Okay. I want to know the weather. Let's go back a ways. 4 years ago, let's see what the weather was like.
Hello, friends. I'm David Vose. Today is December the 13th.
But how's the weather?
It's great to see everybody today.
How's the weather?
I'm going to do the third in a series
Damn it.
on astrology.
He didn't tell us the weather. Dang it. Let's go back a ways. Let's see what the weather was like 3 weeks ago in Oklahoma.
Well, hello, guys. David Vose here. Oh, my goodness. It's a beautiful day here in Oklahoma. The wind's kind of stirring and kind of giving a breeze, a nice breeze. And hope you're having a wonderful day where you are. Well, I want to...
Okay, that was 3 weeks ago. Let's try a month ago.
Hello, guys. David Vose here again. Oh, my goodness. It was a really beautiful day here. It's hot and sweltery and... is that a word? Sweltery. It was humid and was warm, but it was really raining hard last night. So it's kind of just rainy, and then the sun comes out and gets hot. Hope you're having a wonderful day where you're at. Yes.
Yeah, he's like the Oklahoma weatherman.
Hey guys. Well.
He's sad today.
Old map again, and looking at the
weather
at Antarctica, it's the South Pole.
Antarctica.
And I haven't got this.
I had an aunt named Arctica. He's not telling us the weather. He must be really distracted. That 2 months ago. Let's see what the weather was like.
Samson.
Oh, see, he's monetized too. That's funny.
Hello, guys. David Vose here.
Yeah,
it's another beautiful day here in Oklahoma, okay. And I've been just doing a couple things around the house, but I wanted to get this. What is it? The fourth video with.
Okay, let's try about 5 months ago when they were freezing us. Let's see what they were doing in Oklahoma. Maybe I can get that actual day when we were freezing. Was that 5 months ago? When was that? 7 months. Oh, it looks like he skipped like a whole month. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes he has video.
Off to see the wizard.
I need to do that. Have like people support me by PayPal.
View from my property down the hill, and the guys are
anyway. Zombo says good morning, Gratu. Yes, good morning. So anyway, my whole point in bringing up David Vose is he was talking his theology last night, and it was like I was half asleep, and then it was in my dreams, and but basically his premise, and I don't want to get struck by lightning or anything telling you this, is that basically he looks at the Old Testament and the New Testament in this strange way. And don't be offended, I'm just telling you what this guy was talking about. Like he looks at Jesus as the good guy, and the God of the Old Testament, Yahweh, as kind of the bad guy. And basically, I think his theology is that there was the original intelligent divine force in the cosmos was named Sophia. It was a female force, and she created this younger entity, Yahweh, and then she realized, I kind of didn't turn out the way I thought, and then put him kind of away, and then he created Earth and mankind, but the human that he created was kind of messed up. You're not that intelligent, and so something about what was it? basically it's like the Star Trek episode, The Squire of Gothos, where you've got this guy that can do anything, and he's this petulant, jealous guy, and then at the end you realize, oh, he's just a baby, and the parents come back and say, I'm sorry our child did this to you, but basically they're saying the God of the Old Testament that was jealous and told you to kill everybody on the other side and flooded the earth was actually this kind of petulant kind of little kid. And then and I'm not trying to offend you. This is just David Vose's, what he was like 3 a.m. I'm hearing this coming from the television. And my wife has a way of turning off the screen, so you just hear a voice coming at you. And something about that Jesus was is married to Sophia or something like that. So they're kind of like the parents. And then Jesus was actually the serpent. So the serpent was a good thing that was trying to help the humans. And it's just that. So basically, I think that's the premise behind a lot of this Masonic Lodge stuff, is that Lucifer was the good guy and that Lucifer is Jesus, and that's why Jesus in the New Testament says, your father is evil, is the devil or something. Because basically it's saying that the Old Testament God is really the devil, and the New Testament Jesus is really the good guy that's trying to clear up the problems of, I don't know. It's but some of the stuff he's talking about, he says, it's all the tree that is really your spine, and it's inside of you. And then, he talks about, how the snake around the pole that's was Hermes' staff, in Greek mythology, and every doctor has it on their name badge, the snake winding around that, you think, oh, well, that is kind of like, and then you realize, and then it's like, and then he says, well, Jesus is really, inside of you. So all religions actually go back to that, because, they tell you that, God is inside you, and then whether it's Buddha or whatever, it's all the same. I don't know. And then you've got the tree, what was it, Yggdrasil in Norse mythology, and everything there seems to be trees in a lot of these religions. Then you got the Christmas tree, which is also from Norse mythology. I don't know, but it was all in my head, and I'm dreaming about this stuff, which is either crazy or maybe it's real. I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of differences between the God of the Old Testament and the God of the New Testament, as far as his attitude towards, it's like kill them all versus love everyone and turn the other cheek. It seems very different philosophy. So I don't know where it's all coming from, but maybe it's the Kickapoo Joy Juice. But you came here to see comic books, didn't you? All right, so Kickapoo Joy Juice, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's look at some books, shall we? These are my comic book glasses. I found these downstairs. I forgot I owned them. I had them on a skull. I think they probably look better on a girl, honestly. Or actually, they look better when they're not on a person. All right. And maybe like a model in Playboy would look good with these on, possibly. Yeah. Lots of. I need to get a new pair of glasses, man. I got to give you something about these freaking floaters, man. Last summer, it's like shit floating around. It's like all started last summer. Something about on one eye, and then the other one started doing it. And apparently there's nothing they can do about it. They can do a real simple surgery and get them, it's little bits of blood floating around on the surface of your eye. They can do a surgery and get rid of it, but he said then you'll get glaucoma before it'll come sooner. Then we'll do some surgery for that. And it's like, or you could just live with it, and it's not, doesn't mean you're going blind or anything. It's just like, oh, okay. But I saw there was something you could get it, some medicine, I forget what it's called, that supposedly helps with it. He said there wasn't anything, but and if you know anything, I don't know. It's just the joys of aging, huh? Hey Siri, how many fucking days are there until Christmas?
It's 157 days until then.
Okay. 157 days, so it's almost Christmas. So that's good. All right, comic books, key issues. Which one should I slab? I don't think they slab comics this small, but I got this. I've been buying real cheap stuff because I don't have any money. I like this cover. Completely worthless little Archie digest, but I like the cover. Oh, it's still got the original Walmart. Blah blah blah. How much did this cost, and when did it come out? Excuse my belching. I have new comments, but I can't see them. Let me get off this and come back and see what they are. I'm sure they're very good comments. Damn it. Well, we're 27 minutes in, and we've already seen one comic book. It's 10:01 in the AM here on new comic book day. What new wonderful comics will come out today? What do you guys think? What comics are you excited about today? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Paulo says, I have a work meeting on Zoom. I'll be back in 2 hours if you're still here. Now, I won't be here because I 2 hours I'll be at work. So I'll be seeing all the wonderful new comics. It'll be so much fun. Basil says the serpent was the good guy. And what has he got? What are those little emojis? Are they crying, smiling faces? Yes. So, anyway, listen to David Vose, and you'll go insane. All right, what do I got here, man? How about this key issue, Uncle Scrooge Adventures, number 24. That's an important key issue. Would you slab that one first, or would you slab Sad Sack 167, Loved by Millions? Sad Sack 167, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder how many copies of Sad Sack 167 have been slabbed. CGC, the company that does the slabbing, has a census. I don't know how you look up, maybe on their website, you can see how many comics have been slabbed of that particular issue. It's funny when people slab some of those things that some people slab. Ooh, there's a Frankenstein cover that I don't have on Casper's Ghostland from 1960. Hey Siri, what year did Sad Sack 167 come out?
Okay. I found this on the web for what year did Sad Sack 167 come out. Check it out.
Hey Siri, tell me the fucking answer. Don't tell me to look at something. Okay, well, she's not going to tell me, so I'll use the camera to blow things. Where is my magnifying glass? Disappeared in the trash. Not trash, but you know, the collectibles. July 1965. Oh. This almost would have been on the newsstand rack when I was born, because it's July 65. I was born April 65. So more than likely, the comics that were dated June of 65 would have been on the racks when I was born. So if Sad Sack 166, the one before this probably would have been the one on the stands when I was born. Oh, but I have a new solution in my process of building back better. I've been building back better my comic book collection. It's part of the Great Reset of the comic collection. And when people talk about the Great Reset of their comic collection and they talk about building back better, it's code words, right? We're making fun of what Klaus Schwab wants to do to our asses. You realize that we're making fun. I noticed that Silver Age Dave doing the same thing, just not talking about the Great Reset of his comic collection. Yeah, we're being real clever and slick and letting you know that, and letting them know that we know that what they're doing, because we know and they know, and we know what all of them are trying to do to all of us. Let's see what Basil says here. Slab them all, put them on the wall and hang them. One and all, put them on the wall and hang them. LOL. Basil, you should do a whole album, destroy your career, about comic collecting. That would be the funniest goddamn thing if you did an album, because Basil is, I don't know if you guys know it unless he cares to tell us, but he's a pretty well-known rock and roll musician and has several bands. That's Basil Orloff is the name I gave him. But anyway, if you just did an album in your normal style, just about comic books and like songs about the Incredible Hulk or something, but the same type of music, it would be genius. The only person I know that's ever done I don't know how many. Rick Springfield, his first record in 1966, because he's old as fuck, was about comic books. It was called Comic Book Superheroes. And there was a band called Icarus that did a bunch of a whole album about Marvel superheroes. But not many bands have had the courage to do that. But just be a good career-destroying move, but it would be funny. Here's a Sad Sack Laugh Special, number 34. So let's see what we can laugh about here. This looks like the army that Joe Biden is building. He's kicking out all the people from the army that love the United States and putting in all these very strange looking, these are the type people I think he would like to have fill the ranks of the army. So Sad Sack was ahead of its time. But yeah, those lyrics, Basil, you should use that for your album. The fuck does that say? Oh, Sad Sack 182. Now that's gotta hurt. He's putting a pickaxe into his anus. Yeah. So all the laughs on the covers seem to be about people being horribly injured, like really badly injured. Ooh, this one's got some age to it. I think this may be even from the Kennedy era. Yeah. Okay. Oh, look what I found in a copy of Lady Death. It's somebody's girlfriend was inside of this Lady Death comic book. So if that happens to be your girlfriend, you can write the Gratu Orloff Inspirational Network in Gratuville, Tennessee, and I can return that to you. You left it in a copy of Lady Death. This is Harvey Hits Magazine presenting G.I. Juniors. It's wonderful. Comic book, air mattress. No one getting injured, at least not yet on this cover. 4 people watching. I guess most people are at work at this point. 10:10. Okay, I've still got to get some food. Okay, this one is the SADSAC 174. We got the ladies Munching and Mooching Society. Guest speaker is Private SADSAC, the noted military authority. And he's getting hit on the head. What else do we have? I picked this up. It's a modern comic, but I always like Commandy, and I don't know. This is probably just worthless, but see what it looks like inside. Commandy was a Jack Kirby. You know, I bought that Justice Society movie over a month ago, and I still haven't taken the shrink wrap off it. And I bought it mainly, I wanted to see the Justice Society, even though it's not the whole Justice Society in World War II. But there's like a 10, 15, 20-minute long Commandy a short animated film in there that's supposed to look like Kirby's style. And of course, if you don't know Commandy, it was one of Jack Kirby's comics he created when he went to DC from Marvel, and it's Planet of the Apes pastiche, although Jack Kirby claimed he hadn't seen Planet of the Apes when he created it, but everyone was aware of it, even if he hadn't. I'm going to trust him on that. SADSAC should be Old Sleepy Joe's new nickname, LOL. Yeah, except I don't want to give him any respect because I liked SADSAC, and maybe he can be sad sack of shit. I think that's what sad sack means, really. You know, they in the old Warner Brothers cartoons, they would have snafu, situation normal, all fouled up, but it really meant all fucked up. But and the guys that fought in World War II knew that, but they had to make it clean for the like when what was it? Who was the admiral that was told by the Japanese to surrender? I probably have this mixed up like Joe Biden does. You know, Joe Biden, remember when, what's his fucking face? I just want to call him Basil. Who was the fucking president before Trump? Barack Obama. Barack Obama, when he was running, that's when you first started to hear Joe Biden saying idiotic things. You know, he's saying, you know, back in the 30s, President Roosevelt got on the television and told everyone that the only thing we had to fear. And it's like, oh yeah, he got on the television, right? Yeah. He's just a moron. You know, it's like late when during the pandemic, he says, you know, all you parents, you know, your kids aren't at school and they're not hearing people talk. You should put on the record player at night so they can hear talking, so they can learn. And it's like, yeah, how many people have record players? Anyway, some admiral or somebody, I don't remember this, so I don't want to sound like Joe Biden. But anyway, someone was told to surrender, and then it was famous. He just said nuts. He didn't say nuts. They had to clean it up for the press, you know. He said something different. Well, speaking of real men, not Joe Biden, here's Daniel Boone, Classics Illustrated, featuring stories by the world's greatest authors. Daniel Boone. Captain Marvel number 24. Just a reading copy because I didn't have this. Thing about this, you can't really tell, but this comic is, you see there by the spine there, this comic has been through a fire. So it wasn't burned, but it has some smoke damage. So that pretty much takes away its value. This is a worthless comic, but it's interesting because Neil Adams returning to Batman and Ra's al Ghul, and I didn't have it and didn't even know it existed. Batman versus Ra's al Ghul. You know, Neil Adams is Joe Biden's age, but look, he's able to produce stuff that, you know, he just disappeared from the comic book world for decades. or at least working for DC and Marvel, because he didn't like that they didn't return the artwork or whatever, the creators' rights issues. So now he's back, pushing 80 and doing. He also did a Fantastic Four little mini series. I haven't read it yet, but I bought the Fantastic Four series, and hopefully he doesn't write this. Let me check, because if he writes it, it's going to be rotten. And that may be why it's not valuable. Read and drawn, and that's the problem. He's a great illustrator, but like Jack Kirby, he can really draw, but his writing leaves a lot to be desired. So that's probably the problem. Because, when he was doing Batman in the 60s and early 70s, he had Denny O'Neil writing. Okay. Here's Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Before she was shown worshiping Satan in the new Netflix series. And apparently this is a variant cover or alternate cover. But it's got some drool. Some kid drooled on it. I guess looking at the picture, it's got a drool mark. I hope it's drool. Better than the alternative. And this is a worthless comic. It's just it's a reprint of the first appearance of the Ghost Rider, which I own, which I bought at 7-Eleven in 1972. But this is printed kind of nicely, and I thought I'd get it. This is shit I've been picking up over the last month or so that I haven't been showing. To all three of you that are watching, thank you so much for viewing, and hopefully you have hit the like button and slapped the bell. And oh, I didn't tell you. I was about to tell you. Part of the Great Reset, and I started getting distracted by Great Reset, is I got a filing cabinet, because the people diagonal from here are selling their house, and the house is gradually vomiting out contents onto the street. And I was driving to this Mexican restaurant a couple days ago, and there was a filing cabinet there. So I quickly put it into the car, because I need to get all this stuff up. And it's got 4 drawers, and so I'm going to be able to do a lot of cleaning tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a live stream. You can watch me clean. And I'm going to make this room great, and I'm going to bring more chairs in here, and it's going to become a real theater. So if you ever come visit, you can watch movies with us. And then a friend of mine, Randy, that I told you about earlier, he's going to come on as a special guest soon. And we're going to talk about music and comic books and all kinds of pop culture. So he'll be on maybe weekend after this weekend, but he wants to come in person. So he'll be here in the studio, because he's not sure if his phone or computer is up to the task of doing a remote from he lives in Pflugerville. So anyway, so that's something to look forward to. And next week I don't know the exact date yet, but I talked with them online, and it should be next week. We're going to have Mort Todd in here as a guest. So you want to pop in and ask questions. Mort Todd is a Renaissance man that has done so much for popular culture. I mean, he did the covers for the Back from the Grave album series that put out that popularized 1960s garage rock, kind of early punk music, right, from like the 60s. He did that. He revived Cracked Magazine for several years as the editor-in-chief, and breathed life back into it in the late 80s, and made it great again. So, rock and roll, humor magazines. He worked for Marvel. He worked for DC. And he worked with a lot of the new great artists, Peter Bagg and all those great artists there in the 80s. The great... Peter Bagg, Dan Clowes, and then he also befriended people he put out a monster magazine too there during his reign at Cracked. And he worked with great old creators like John Severin and Steve Ditko, and they came in to drop off their work and they sat for hours and talked with him. So I've seen Mort Todd interviewed on YouTube, and he says, oh yeah, Steve Ditko came in and sat down for hours and we talked about movies and music, and then the interviewer says, oh, that's great. And then they went on. But what I want to know is, well, what movies did you and Steve Ditko talk about? What, because Steve Ditko's reputation is one of those things like Edgar Allan Poe. Every English teacher teaches you, he was crazy and he was an alcoholic. No, he wasn't. Yeah, his wife died young. I'm sure he had some depression issues. Yeah, he drank. Okay. So do a lot of people. That doesn't make him crazy, because if you can write a story like The Telltale Heart, and it's from the point of view of an insane man, that doesn't mean you have to be insane to imagine how an insane man thinks. So I'm sick of that bullshit that teachers will teach because they're lazy. There's so many people that think, gosh, back in the 1800s, people only lived to be 35 years old. You were an old man when you were 35. That's bullshit. You're an old man when you were 85, 90. Because people lived longer back then. So, well, that's not true. My teacher told me that you only lived to be 35. No, because they didn't understand. It says on average, people live to be 35. But if you could get past being like a 5-year-old, if you could live past those first few years, you were pretty much set, because people ate better and you didn't have preservatives. You ate fresh. You didn't eat McDonald's back then. It's just the early age. There were a lot of diseases and a lot of problems that little kids had. So because so many people died when they were little babies, and you can see that if you go to the old cemeteries, so many tombstones with little lambs on them. That meant his little baby, little kid. There's so many people that died young that it throws off the average. Did you guys pay attention in math class? Because I kind of tried, but I wasn't good at it. But I at least know that, okay, if a lot of people die when they're 3, and a lot of people live to be 90, or maybe the average is going to be somewhere in between. That doesn't mean that people were old and passing away at 35. People were 35 and fighting at the Alamo and stuff like that, and wearing coonskin caps and being a lot healthier than the average 35 today. Graphic Man says, say no to slabbing. Yeah, absolutely. I don't like to slab. This is all I put the little headline up there to F with people. Okay, that's some more comics to show you. Oh, but I was telling you about the filing cabinet. This filing cabinet I got, I took all the drawers out, got it upstairs, all the way up to the 7th floor here, and I'm going to start filling it with stuff. So that'll be fun, because I'll show you all the stuff as I put it in the filing cabinet and as I organize it tomorrow. And don't forget to tune in tonight at 6 o'clock to Graphic Man's amazing live stream with Dr. Silver Age. 6 o'clock p.m. Central, that is. Anyway, so the filing cabinet. There was some other point I was trying to make. Teachers not telling you the truth. So I was talking about, where was I going with that train of thought? Teachers not telling you the truth because they're stupid. Okay, age. What was I talking about? Let me go back. Let me rewind the show on let's see. What to do? Where is it? I got to see what I was talking about. I've forgotten. So how do I find it? There it is. Okay, let me rewind it. There it is. It says on average, people live to be 35 or 2. And next week, I should also, I don't know the exact date yet, but I talked with them online, and it should be next week. Oh, I was talking about Mort Todd. And here is a guest. So. Yeah. Thank you. I was talking about Steve Ditko. People say that Steve Ditko was this crazy guy, this loner, this. No, he wasn't crazy. He was a genius. And yes, he did kind of like, but he was very friendly. And so Mort Todd will be able to paint Steve Ditko in a better light, because there aren't a lot of people that are alive right now that can say they sat down for hours and talked to Steve Ditko, other than family members of Steve Ditko. And so that'll be important. Okay, so he worked for Marvel doing rock and roll comics. And so he met musicians, Kiss, and I don't know who else. They were going to do an Elvis comic that was illustrated by Gene Colan, so it would look like Tomb of Dracula about Elvis, but that never got published. But so he's revived Charlton with this imprint, Charlton Neo, reprinting old Charlton stories. He's reprinted stuff from old Cracked, showing the humor of John Severin and Jack Davis. He's directed music videos. He's directed films. He's done commercials. Bubblegum cards. He's done just about everything. He's worked for Marvel, DC. He's hung out with musicians. He's done, I don't know if he was ever in a band, but he's done just about everything to promote this whole world of rock and roll culture, comic books. The only thing it seems like on his resume that he never did was work for Mad, but he brought Don Martin to Cracked from Mad. And other people that worked at Mad over to Crack. So, so he knows Don Martin. So that's another area. There's all kinds of questions that I can't wait to talk to Mort Todd. And Tom Smith, the collector of humor magazines up in Canada that's often on here, knew Mort Todd and said, hey, we ought to bring him on. So that'll be cool. Let's see what Graphic Man's saying here. My file cabinet has things in it that I don't know what to do with, yet I decided to throw the things away. Yet I haven't decided to throw. It becomes a middle ground. That's exactly right. I've got piles around, stuff that I gotta organize and put in there. But I will be throwing some things away, but most of it probably not, because throwing things away is not really obviously what I do. Okay. 10:27. Okay. I've got to budget my time here because it takes about 15 minutes to eat and about half an hour to get to work, and I got to be there at noon. But I can show you. I can show you the filing cabinet, I guess. You see it over there? I've already got a bunch of magnets on it. It's and then the Betty Boop is standing on the filing cabinet. It's a gray filing cabinet. I could show it to you better if I had a real camera instead of this laptop. Okay, so I'm going to point the camera up a little bit because I'm going to stand up and get some more comics. And if I stand up, I don't want to show up my fat belly, which is part of what probably my problems with the all this pain I'm having is probably partly that. Oops, I woke up Pete the cat. I didn't really mean to do that. It's kind of an asshole-ish thing of me to do. All right. Yeah. So Mort Todd will be coming on next week, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I would want to ask questions along these lines, but Mort Todd once dated one of my favorite musicians back in the 90s. In the 90s, I really became fascinated with a Japanese band called the 5678s, and I was all into them, but also with this lady named April March. And she did this great song. I got it on a 45 called Chick Habit, which was a remake of a French song that she just converted into English. And it was so great. And I put it on all my cassette tapes, my mix tapes for the car. And then, years later, Quentin Tarantino discovered that song and used it as the closing credits of Death Proof with Kurt Russell. Because and then he also discovered 5, 6, 7, 8s and put them in as the house band in Kill Bill. So Quentin Tarantino is kind of this weird guy, and I enjoy his movies. I mean, some interviews he comes across as I like the guy more than I hate the guy, but he does seem to have a lot of very similar tastes to mine, and it's just weird how I'll discover something and then later Quentin Tarantino discovers it. Not that I'm real cool. I knew things before Quentin Tarantino, but it's kind of true. I do. Here's a bubblegum card of the Iron Sheik. This was on the refrigerator for the longest time. I took it off. These things in the kitchen tend to get covered in grease. When you have a wife that cooks, before I could have all these things displayed in my kitchen, since I never cooked, I never had to worry about them getting covered with a layer of slimy grease, because I was always bringing stuff home from Taco Bueno. Zombo says, what is the topic tonight, GM? And Graphic Man says, Hulk books and The Fly, possibly a little bit of Space Ranger if time permits. Good morning, ladies, says Lead Paint. Space Ranger? Who's Space Ranger? Old wrestler cards are great, yeah. This is our dog Drusilla's little paw print when she was a puppy after she completed puppy dog training, which didn't work at all. She graduated and they had her do her little print, but it's still kind of malleable. It's not cement-like. So our nephew was over and he saw this on the shelf, and I think he started to try to play with it because he just figured, oh, there's some silly putty there. That's for me to play with. And I think it kind of got broken up there. But anyway, I'm bringing it upstairs to floor 7 where the big boy toys are, so it won't get further damaged. Let's see. Space Ranger from Unexpected Comics. I guess I'll learn about that tonight. I'm sure I know who that is in the dim recesses of my Joe Biden clouded mind. Lead Paint says, do not slab. Yeah, no kidding. I'll probably get lots of thumbs down because I put that heading on here and people look to be turning in. I already have a thumbs down? Do I really? What did I do? Did I do something offensive? Probably me with my telling you what, maybe it's from David Vose. I wasn't making fun of him. I think he's a nice guy. Here, this place is a safe space, guys. Look, I got a sticker to prove it. So don't be giving me a thumbs down. Let me see this thumbs. I can't see the thumbs down here. Let me look this up. I've got a thumbs down, motherfucker. I always get one thumbs. Yeah, I sure do. I always get one thumbs down, man. Isn't that weird? Let's see. You know, Space Ranger is the third tier hero from the early 60s. Imagine a dude wearing a yellow costume. Yeah, let's see. Well, weird. I have a feeling. I have an old friend who is like a brother, and I still love this guy, but he has different politics from me. And when a SLAB fan was disappointed, thumbs down probably came from a SLAB fan who was disappointed. Yeah, but I don't often talk about slabs. It also took me half an hour to even show one comic, so that could have been it. But no, this old friend of mine, I don't know if you're allowed to say his name on YouTube, but Alex Jones was completely banned from Facebook and banned from YouTube and everything. So, right. So they took him down. I have different politics, but I love you, bro. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, they took him down. And then Facebook says you can only mention Alex Jones on Facebook if you're insulting him. You can't say anything positive about him or link to anything. So that seemed really very 1930s Germany to me. Regardless of what you think of Alex Jones or whatever, that seems very 1984. 3 minute, what is it, the 5 minutes hate, or was it 3 minutes hate? I don't remember. It's been a while since I read it. So my wife said something about it, and he just kept pinging my wife about it. It's like, well, it's a private company. It should be able to do whatever it wants. And that's always the attitude when people get banned from these social networks where they're owned by private entities. But it's the way we communicate. It's like, okay, well, the electric company is a private company. Why can't it just turn off electricity to anyone they want to? Well, you know, Federal Express is a privately owned company. Why can't they deny you to mail things through their service if they don't like your politics? You know, it gets to be, Facebook is the way that billions of people are communicating. And it becomes like you shut certain people off, and it just very dangerous, slippery slope. And of course, it's gotten to the point where lots of people are being banned now. So anyway, he was just really going after her about it and just wouldn't stop. And so she wound up blocking him. And then on Instagram, I put up something like, I'm praying for you, Donald Trump. And then he put these little, like, you know, little smiling, laughing, like, oh, you're so stupid little emojis. And my wife saw it, and she like, I think she cursed him out and then blocked him on Instagram. And it's like, oh shit, you cursed him out. I didn't know you were going to do that. Anyway, so, you know, I still love him. I wish he could calm down with his politics, but, you know, my politics are what they are. And, but, you know, I can live and let live, but it seems like the other side wants to keep needling you about it and all this. You know, and I guess I've said things that are making fun of liberals before, and maybe he took it personally, but I think, I don't know, that maybe he's the one that keeps putting the negative because he's blocked from everything else. But I hope it's not the case. And if you're out there, I hope you're, I don't know, I guess thumbs down, you know, somebody doesn't like me. They do it just about every video, but oh well. Hey Siri, who's giving me the thumbs down on my YouTube videos?
Here are some videos of the thumbs down I found on the web. Have a look.
She shows me videos with thumbs down. Hey Siri, why do people give you thumbs down on YouTube?
Here are some videos of why do people give you thumbs down I found on the web. Have a look.
Hey Siri, what is the best fucking place to live in the United States?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the best fucking place to live in the United States. Check it out.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what Graphic Man's saying. They are private companies, but they have entered into the world of public forums. They are the town square, and freedom of speech should still apply. Yeah. And there's already a lawsuit that Trump's filed against, you know, that was ridiculous when the president of the United States is blocked. Twitter, you know, is primarily. Ask Siri if she's spying on us. She won't directly answer. Yeah, I know. We tried that. Did you see the rocket ship that the head of Amazon blasted off in yesterday? Let me see if I can get a picture of that. What's his name? Jeff Bezos. But having said that, I need to send money to Jeff Bezos because I want to get some Charlton Neo books and some Gondwanaland books. And I don't know, that's where my money needs to be going. Okay, so I'm going to show you this spaceship. If you didn't see it yesterday, he went up into space and came down. I was listening to it live on Glenn Beck's show as I was driving. Yeah, but the time between I got one stoplight and then another stoplight was the amount of time it took for him to go up into space and come back down. I mean, I don't think he was up more than 7 minutes. But okay, look at this spaceship. It's like right out of Flesh Gordon. Let's see. And I think that this won't give me anything. Yeah, see, Flesh Gordon's spaceship was just like that. Or, and I think Dr. Evil in Austin Powers had a spaceship like it too. Yeah. So, anyway. So that's, let's see. Lead Paint says, I sent Bezos some dollars this morning for some more Guadalajara volumes. Hopefully Guadalajara is getting most of the money. Damn, I got it. It's like I go on and I tell people about Guadalajara, and then everyone orders Guadalajara except for me, but I should get some free stuff from Guadalajara for telling people. I'm not saying that Lead Paint, you learned about it through me. And then I go on and I tell people about, hey, there's this store called, what the fuck is it called? What's that store called? That some closeout store where they have all these comics and DC hardcover books. I can't remember now. I can't remember the name of the store. But anyway, then everybody's doing like, hey, I learned about this from Gratu, and I went and here's the stuff I bought. And it's like, oh, that's great. Like a hardcover edition of the 60s Suicide Squad comics and stuff. And you can get them for like $3 or something. What is that place called? Dr. Cheap or something like that? And I hear everyone talking about Second and Charles. And I guess that's a store named after, maybe the original store was on 2nd Street and Charles Street or something. I don't know what. I thought people were saying Second Hand Charles. I didn't know. And I looked it up online and it looks exactly like Half Price Books. And apparently there are 2 in Texas, but not anywhere near me. Anyway, so I got this free. It was free being given away. It's some kind of Spider-Man tablecloth. So I should put that back behind me or something. Look at this collectible. Is this collectible yet? Little souvenir from 2020. Look at this. It's funny at the bottom. Look at that. Can you see that? No, maybe it's on this. No, it's on this side. Look at that. Made in China. You know, right after the pandemic started, we got a couple of masks in the mail that we didn't send off. Or they just, maybe this is one of them. It just magically showed up in the mail. Who sent it to us? We got 2 masks in the mail. And it was like, it was actually had a return address of China. Like we actually got masks sent from China to us, a couple of masks. I'm not even joking about that. Lead Paint says, oh, there's new comments. So I wish I could show you. It shows new comments, but when I click on it, it won't show them to me. So if I click off of this, 1043. Yeah, I can keep going for a little bit. If I make a video short, like an hour long, I won't even get 100 views. But I make a video about 3 hours long, I'll get 200-300 views. If I make a video 7 hours long, like a whole work day, I'll get less than 200 views. There's a sweet spot. People don't want to watch a video that's an hour long. They want to watch long videos. But I think we might have gone a little long the other day when we did the humor magazines of the 70s. But I don't know. I wanted to see those magazines. What am I doing? Oh, I'm trying to see what the comments are. I'm on comments. God damn, it kills my hand. How do people play video games for hours? I guess because they're younger and they don't. Damn, it's painful. Type something. FFFF. Maybe I'll put the comments up. Still won't do it. Anyway, whatever. Whatever, dude. Oh, more comics. Okay, so Defenders of the Earth. This is a highly sought after comic. Actually, I don't think it is, but it's got all these heroes teamed up. It was a Saturday morning cartoon. It was a way for, what was it, King Features that owned all these characters to try to market them to kids today. And it's even got a real grubby dirt on it from a real kid. So that makes it more collectible. And I've got Defenders of the Earth 2. It's got Flash Gordon and Mandrake and the Phantom, and I think that's it. Oh, and Lothar, the assistant of Mandrake, but but they made him look kind of like Luke Cage instead of him wearing like a tiger skin. They made him more cool. Reprint of House of Secrets with the original Swamp Thing. Everybody's got that. Gil Kane, Sword of the Atom. The Atom became like Conan the Barbarian for a while. Here's the Inhumanoids. Highly sought after comic. I wonder how many people have slabbed Inhumanoids number 3. Now I wonder if Hugh Hefner designed that spacesuit or whatever. It's like it's made for Jane Russell. Here's a floating head cover. It's a little bit past the time period that I love, but it's like a throwback to that wonderful time in the early 70s and that I loved. I have no idea. I guess there was a character named Gypsy for a while in the Justice League. I don't know who that is, or I don't know who Dale Gunn is. He just looks like a guy on YouTube. Yeah, it looks like Dale Gunn and Gypsy look like people you'd see on YouTube. So this is a period when the Justice League was not very interesting. Who the fuck is Vibe? Yeah, this is like the Justice League was a bunch of YouTube idiots. Ralph and Sue. What the fuck? No wonder I wasn't buying Justice League then. Vixen? The hell is Zatanna? I know her, but she didn't look right. And Elongated Man's having a little bit of a problem. Looks like, oh, I just had my second jab. I'm not feeling too good. Dr. Fauci, curse you. Do you see him, Dr. Fauci, yelling at Mind Gone? The guy from Kentucky with the hair. I like him, but I can't think of his name right now. I don't know why. Paul. Rand Paul. Supposedly he's not named after Ayn Rand, but I don't believe that. I think Ron Paul would be the type guy to name his son after Ayn Rand. But Ron Paul, I like him. Rand Paul, congratulations, people of Kentucky, for electing him because he's amazing. And he does press conferences in front of a Logan's Run one-sheet poster framed in his office. I think that's brilliant, and says all you have to say about today's time period. Here's Secret Origins with the Golden Age Flash and Star Spangled Kid. Roy Thomas was really pushing all the Golden Age heroes in the 80s and early 90s, I guess. And so Secret Origins was pretty much all Roy Thomas doing these Justice Society guys. It was his childhood. He loved those characters and he brought them back. Here, the Golden Age Batman and Halo, whoever Halo is. And Wonder Woman and the New Teen Titans. this in a new bag. This is Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 30. 1050. I gotta watch my time. Just wonderful Silver Age stuff. I'll put it in this. So how are you guys doing this morning? I wish I could see the new comments. Let me try something here. If I'm not putting your comment up, it's just because I can't see it. Yeah, it's going to be fun. When I get something new that can help change my environment, like that filing cabinet, it makes me really happy. And it's really going to help. And it was free. So that's the exact right price. When I was going to that Mexican restaurant and I saw that filing cabinet, what I didn't mention is that it's usually pretty affordable to eat there, but this time my wife and I both got the same meal, and it cost $4 more for that meal. So it was an extra $8 added on. So way to go, Joe Biden. You're bringing up the cost of food. You're bringing up the cost of gasoline. So doing an extra little job after, 3 days a week does nothing but make up almost only for the rise in prices of everything. There's another Sergeant Fury 76 with wonderful John Severin art. And I need to ask Mort Todd about Marie Severin, who's one of, if not my favorite artist of all time. I want to know if he ever met her, or what he knows of her through John Severin. So I love Marie Severin's art. It's just, there's so much talent and a brother-sister team. It's just phenomenal. Where are the artists today? Maybe there's some out there. And the rest of the stuff I got here is just a bunch of stuff that may not be that exciting to you. All-Star Squadron number 58 and 60. I'm just trying to fill in holes in my collection so I have a complete run. It's not a sought-after comic, although it should be. And then I got some like Infinity Incorporated comics. I don't think you want to see these. They're just dollar bin stuff, but it's fun stuff. And some of Todd McFarlane's first art appeared in these. If you're a big fan of him, then you need to get these comics, because it's, and I think, before Spider-Man and, before Spawn and all that. And they have this cool skullhead guy, So, yeah. Infinity Incorporated. Yeah, I got a bunch of those, which was, but unfortunately, DC shafted Roy Thomas by doing away with pretty much the whole world he was writing about through Crisis on Infinite Earths. And that was not a wonderful thing. So when they did away with that Earth with the Justice Society, and then at Marvel, they did the Secret Wars. It was just kind of a depressing time. Let me see here. So, hold on. Oh, shit. What did I step on? Oh, no. I hope I didn't break my fucking glasses. No, nothing can break these glasses. Things are going to get much better in this old room. Oh, shit. Almost tripped. Let's see. Well, I did trip. There's no almost about it. Oh, pain. Let's share the screen here. Share screen. Share screen. Home tab. YouTube. Shit. Yeah, I want to see what this is.
Next time, let us help. With the National Amusements Gift Card and Gift Pack, it's the right gift for every occasion. And they're on sale now in our theater lobby.
Oh, I see. This must be our show that we're watching now. Why does it show that instead of my thumbnail? This I showed you this before. This FT Depot that I was just puts up cool stuff. They had I was just showing you Infinity Incorporated. This old comic book store ad from the early 80s talks about Infinity Incorporated like it's one of the most popular comics in the world.
Cosmic Quest has one of America's largest supplies of Doctor Who, the longest-running science fiction show in history. Plus, Tulsa's largest inventory of Star Trek material and paperbacks. Also, baseball and science fiction gum cards. And role-playing games, including Champions and Starfleet battles. We carry a huge inventory of comic books, new and rare, including direct sales titles, such as Red Star, Vigilante, and Infinity Incorporated. Come in and see that comic books are a great investment for collectors, not just for kids anymore. We also carry original movie posters and can special order older posters. Come to Cosmic Quest, next to the Bowman Twin Theater. Bring your ticket stub for 20% off of all movie posters.
Let's see here. I finally got the comments to show up. Let's see, lead paint.
I am Loki of Asgard, and you will regret this.
Okay, great. I still haven't watched that show. I sent Bezos some dollars this morning. Zombo said Guadalajara has a direct service and a website now that you should be able to order from. Okay, that's good. I'll skip Amazon. Some of those volumes are only $15 shipped. Guadalajara's PDF files that they sent me have tons of scans of full stories mixed in with the order blanks. It's nice reading. And D. Jones says, greetings, watching the stream from the 13th floor of the Citrus Arts and Industry Building. Hope you guys are well. I got a giant volume for less than $10. Makes me want to keep watching for Guadalajara deals on Amazon. Their PDFs are free, right, Graphic Man? I hope they put them on their site soon. And that was me trying to get everything to work. Graphic Man's talking to Zombo. I messaged the guy on his Facebook page and he sent me a few PDFs. I don't know if that is normal or not. Smiley face. I guess you can pretty much give the stuff away if you didn't pay for it in the first place. Kids today, that was more like kids 20 years ago. I'm not sure. That was referring to something at the time, but I don't. Ralph and Sue are my neighbors. Brought to you should do a public reading of that Justice League book with those people on the cover we don't know. Yeah. That might be funny. Hey there, Gratu and gang. Oh, Silver Age is there. What's up, Doc? Oh, that works when you're a doctor, doesn't it? Nice Silver Age Sergeant Fury. Hey there, LP. What's happening? At work as usual. Gratu destroys my productivity. Same here, LP. Same here. Got to figure who I need to build this time. LOL. I have that Sergeant Fury 76 with the Red Baron. Very cool. LP, LOL. Love Sergeant Fury, but even being a mostly Marvel guy, I love the DC War books. And, oh, that was the last comment. Cool. Wow. Amazing. So I didn't break these. I stepped on them, but I did not break them. I'll have you know. So, I don't know what else to tell you. We got 9 viewers. Maybe I'll come back on later tonight, but it'll be after Graphic Man's live stream because I don't want to compete with him. But I think I'm going to go get a breakfast burrito from Sonic with tater tots and a Route 44 Dr. Pepper, and then I'm going to head on into the horizon. But let's see what's going on back. I want to just look at how this looks on YouTube. Share screen. Share screen. One thing you got to do when you do these live streams, and I don't know if you guys have thought of this, is well, you go on your phone. I don't know. Can you even see me? Oh, I go to YT Studio, right? Because when you do these live streams, they just pop up on YouTube, but you got to go in and click on it. And, so I'm clicking on, of course, I'm sharing. You can barely see what I'm doing. I click on the video, and then it gives me select audience, and I put no, it's not made for kids. And then I save that, because when you post videos that you shoot with your camera or your phone, it always gives you the option to put no. You have to put it down. You have to put whether it's for kids or not. But when you do a live stream, you can't really do that. So you got to go in and do it manually. Let's see. Basil says, time to watch AJ and the, oh yeah. InfoWar. Thanks for an enjoyable morning, Gratu. Yeah, he's right. Alex Jones is starting. So yeah, I'm going to go over there and listen to that on my phone on the way to work. Thank you for reminding me. Alex Jones got so upset the other day, his eye blew out and turned all red like Christopher Lee when he's, going crazy as Dracula. Because, there's a lot of stress right now. All of us are under a lot of stress. We just got to stay together and do a lot of prayer. You got to pray, and we'll get through this. I'm trying to think. Has the United States been through worse things? I guess this is World War III. It's just a different kind of war. Because, it's a foreign country doing all this to us. But anyway, enough about that. It's cool to look at us while I'm on this. Oh, hold on. While I'm on this, what I want to do is check to see how my audience is. You can, so it shows that views, how is this done? Average view during watch time and hours for, it shows for different videos how many. Oh, okay. Watch time and hours, 1.1 thousand hours people have watched this channel. Views 5.7 thousand. Subscriber change, it shows I've gone up 7, but it still shows that it's going down, because even though I've gained 7, it's still actually a decline. I think I'm at Yeah, I'm up to 270. I've never been higher than 270. That's great. I never thought I would even reach 40 subscribers. But it tells you all your statistics, what videos people are watching. But the audience is interesting. 92.2% of the audience is male. 7.8% is female. And it shows that there's no, well, the other day I had some viewers in the 25 to 34 range, but they're gone. So no one watches this channel under the age of 34. So there are no kids that watch this channel. 35 to 44 is 3.7% of the population that watches this, 35 to 44. Ages 45 to 54, 5% of the audience is 45 to 54. 55 to 64, 91.3% of the audience. And there's no one over 65 that watches the channel it shows. So over 91% of the audience of the Gratch Horloff show is 55 to 64. I'm 56, so it's right about my age range. United States, 81.6% of the viewers are in the United States. 0.9% are in Canada. So let's see. That has to be more than just Tom Smith. He can't be 0.9%, just himself. So there must be some other viewers in Canada. United Kingdom, 0.4%. I think there's a couple of people. Well, there's Graphic. I mean, there's the Gray Man and a couple people there. It doesn't have anything about Portugal. So Paulo, I don't know if somehow they're not listing Portugal. And I know that there's someone that watches in South Africa. I'm pretty sure a friend of my wife's. It doesn't show that. 83.3% are subscribed. 16.7% are not subscribed. So anyway, that's interesting. So at least it's interesting to me. Well, anyway, let's see what this show looks like. 8 are watching. I want to see about. So anyway, that's interesting. Yeah, I have 8 likes, 1 dislike. Well, anyway, let's see what the show. I liked it myself, so I'm one of the likes. So maybe about. Anyway, that's interesting. Yeah, I have 8 likes, 1 dislike. Fantastic. I liked it myself, so I'm one of the likes. So maybe about. That's interesting. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Oh my fucking shit. Goddamn motherfucker. Oh my god. All right, so they're not presenting the demographics correctly. So it looks like just what Shazam Boy 53 says. Yeah, so I don't know. They're not somehow giving me credit for all my viewers. Oh, well, I guess it would really matter if I was monetized, but that it doesn't really matter, except it's just interesting to me. But anyway, guys, I'm going to have to ease on down the road because I got to get my wonderful cheese and bacon egg burrito. So I will be seeing you real soon. Take care. In broadcast.